Today, the world of hip-hop is mourning one of its most fearless pioneers, a woman whose battle rhymes during the legendary Roxanne Wars of the 1980s helped reshape the role of women in rap forever. Sparky D, also known as Doreen C. Broadnax, has passed away at the age of 61, according to her family, leaving behind a legacy that will echo through the generations of hip-hop history for decades to come. The official cause of Sparky D's death has not been disclosed by her family or medical authorities, and no specific details about how she died have been released publicly at this time. Her family has chosen to keep the private details of her passing close to them, and investigators have not indicated any specific circumstances surrounding her death. What we do know is that on July 4th, 2026, the music world lost one of its true pioneers, one of hip-hop's first female battle rappers who stood her ground when the Roxanne Wars were heating up and when the entire industry was watching to see which women would emerge as the next generation of rap voices. Sparky D was born on June 2nd, 1965, in Brooklyn, New York, in the Van Dyke Houses projects in Brownsville, Brooklyn, a neighborhood that would become the foundation for everything she achieved in her life and in her career. She was born to a Caucasian mother and a Black American father, and she grew up listening to the music collection her parents shared, which included everything from classic soul to early rock and roll, all of which would eventually shape her unique sound and her approach to hip-hop music. Her nickname, Sparky D, came from a young age when she was known for a fiery personality and her unstoppable energy, and she earned that nickname through dance competitions at the Hole in Brownsville, where she would perform alongside other young people who were trying to find their voice in the world of music and dance. She first recorded with the Brooklyn crew The Playgirls in 1983, along with fellow members City Slim and M.O. Ski, and that was her first step into the world of professional hip-hop, the first time she put her name on a record and began to build the career that would eventually make her one of the most recognized female rappers of the 1980s. In 1984, Sparky appeared in a cameo on her boyfriend Spider D's Plassin' the Beat on Profile Records, and that was her first real connection to the professional music industry, the first time she worked with someone who was already established in hip-hop, and the first time she learned how the business really worked behind the scenes. She met Spider D and Curtis Blow at Power Play Studios, and that was where she began to learn the ropes from Russell Simmons, who was already one of the most influential figures in hip-hop at that time, and who would help shape her career and teach her everything she needed to know about becoming a professional rapper. By 1985, Sparky D became famous as a battle rapper when she released her answer track to Roxanne Shanté's Roxanne's Revenge, which itself was an answer song to The Real Roxanne's The Real Roxanne from UTFO. Her track, Sparky's Turn, Roxanne You're Through, criticized Roxanne Shante and defended UTFO, and it was one of the most important response tracks in the entire Roxanne Wars, which was the feud that defined early hip-hop and brought female rappers to the forefront of the industry for the first time. The track was released with cassette tapes spreading throughout New York City, and Sparky became famous before she even finished high school, which was a remarkable achievement for a young woman from Brownsville, Brooklyn, who had grown up in the projects and who had to fight for every opportunity she received in her life. She chose cool DJ Red Alert to be her DJ, and that was one of the most important decisions in her career, because Red Alert was already one of the most respected DJs in hip-hop, and working with him gave her access to the best venues and the biggest audiences in the industry. Sparky D would join forces with Roxanne Shante for the 1985 EP Round 1. And that was a remarkable moment in hip-hop history because two of the most important female rappers in the Roxanne Wars decided to work together instead of continuing their feud. She went on tour with the revered DJ Red Alert, and that was when she became one of the most recognized names in hip-hop, when fans started to cry for Sparky D in bathrooms at concerts, and when people started to realize that she was one of the pioneers who was helping to change the role of women in rap forever. B-Boy Records released her debut album, This Is Sparky D's World, in 1988, and that album became one of the most important releases by a female rapper in the golden age of hip-hop. In 1990, she landed on the Malcolm McLaren and world-famous Supreme Team cut, Opera House, and that was her last major release before she eventually left the music business for a period of time. Her album included tracks like Never Ran, Never Will, This Is Sparky D's World, I Can't Stop, Changes in Love, and punk rock rap, all of which showed her unique style and her ability to blend different genres of music into her hip-hop sound. Sparky D's influence extended to the next generation of female rappers, including Salt-N-Pepa and MC Lyte, who both credited her as one of the pioneers who helped them get started in the industry. She was portrayed by Charisse Dillon in the Netflix biopic Roxanne, a film about the life of Roxanne Shante, which showed that her story and her impact on hip-hop history were still being celebrated decades after her most famous tracks were released. However, after leaving the music business, Sparky would struggle with crack addiction, and that was one of the darkest periods in her life, when she faced challenges that would test her strength and her will to survive. She became a victim of domestic violence, and that was another painful experience that she endured during her career when the pressures of the industry and the challenges of her personal life took a toll on her mental and physical health. She started to prostitute herself to feed her crack addiction, and that was one of the most heartbreaking parts of her story, when a woman who had achieved so much success in hip-hop was forced to face challenges that threatened to destroy everything she had built. But Sparky D eventually found her way back to recovery, and she moved to Atlanta, where she would reinvent herself as an EMT by night and a gospel singer by day. She is past all of that now, according to sources from 2022 to 2024, and she performs Christian gospel hip-hop, which shows that she found a new purpose in her life after the struggles she faced in the music industry. She has been giving back and helping others in need, and she has been sharing her words of advice with younger generations who are trying to find their way in hip-hop and in life. She wrote a book called From the Pit to the Palace, which was her story of survival and her journey from the struggles of the project in Brownsville to the success of the music industry, and then to the redemption she found through recovery and gospel music. She has been proud of her career, and she has been stopping the negativity in music and encouraging others to focus on positive messages instead of the destructive themes that were becoming more common in hip-hop during the later years of her career. Information about Sparky D's wife or husband is not publicly available, and she has kept her family life private throughout her career. She has mentioned her boyfriend Spider D in interviews, and she has spoken about her parents and their music collection, but she has not shared details about any children or extended family members in public. She has mentioned her grandbaby in social media posts, which shows that she has family she cares deeply about, but she has not released specific details about her parents, siblings, or children to the public. Sparky D's net worth was not publicly disclosed throughout her career, and given her history of struggles with addiction and her later work as an EMT and gospel singer, no specific financial information has been released about her earnings or her wealth. Her debut album was released on B-Boy Records in 1988, and she worked with some of the most important figures in hip-hop during the Golden Age, but her net worth has never been confirmed by any reliable sources. Sparky D's lifestyle reflected a woman who faced extraordinary challenges and who found redemption through her faith and her decision to help others. She grew up in the Van Dyke Houses projects in Brownsville, Brooklyn, which is a neighborhood known for its struggles, but also for its incredible musical talent and its rich hip-hop culture. She struggled during her career with domestic violence and crack addiction, and those were challenges that tested her strength and her will to survive, but she eventually found her way back to recovery and to a new purpose in life. She became a Christian gospel hip-hop artist in Atlanta, and that was her new path after leaving the music business, when she decided to focus on positive messages and on helping others who were facing similar struggles. She has been giving back and helping others in need, and she has been sharing her story with younger generations who are trying to find their way in hip-hop and in life. She has been proud of her career, and she has been encouraging others to stop teaching negativity with music and to focus on positive messages that can help people instead of destroying them. The hip-hop community is mourning Sparky D, the pioneering MC whose fearless battle rhymes during the Roxanne Wars helped reshape the role of women in rap forever. DJ Premier, MC Shah Rock, and others have remembered her as one of the most important figures in early hip-hop, and they have shared their condolences with her family and with the fans who loved her music. She was one of the first female rappers to gain recognition in hip-hop, and she fought for every opportunity she received in the industry, which made her one of the most respected pioneers of the genre. She influenced the next generation of female rappers, including Salt and Peppa and MC Lyte, and she helped change the role of women in rap forever. Her battle rhymes during the Roxanne Wars were legendary, and they showed that women could compete with the best male rappers in the industry, and that they could stand their ground when the entire hip-hop community was watching. She was fearless in her approach to battle rap, and she never backed down from a challenge, which made her one of the most respected figures in the genre. Her story is one of success, struggle, and redemption, and it shows that even when the challenges seem overwhelming, it is possible to find a new path and to rebuild your life after the darkest periods. She went from being a pioneer in hip-hop to struggling with addiction and domestic violence, and then she found her way back to recovery and to a new purpose as a gospel singer and EMT. Her journey from the pit to the palace was one of the most inspiring stories in hip-hop history, and it showed that redemption is possible for anyone who is willing to fight for it. If Sparky D's story, the story of a young woman from Brownsville, Brooklyn, who became one of hip-hop's first female battle rappers, who fought for every opportunity she received, who faced challenges that would test her strength and her will to survive, and who eventually found redemption through her faith and her decision to help others, moved you, then please consider giving this video a like and sharing it with someone who might need a reminder that the most important things in life are not what you achieve, what you create, or what you own, but who you love, how much you love, and how deeply your love can change the world. If you want to stay connected to stories like this one, stories of people who have left their mark on hip-hop history and who have shown that redemption is possible for anyone who is willing to fight for it, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Thank you for watching, and thank you for remembering Sparky D, one of hip-hop's most fearless pioneers whose legacy will echo through the generations forever.